Welcome to Sewing with Sandy. Today we're going to look at Simplicity's spring pattern drop. They dropped 35 fashion patterns, some repeats, some new ones. That doesn't include like all their craft patterns and their children's patterns. So they got a lot of this stuff on repeat, which happens every season anyway. There were a few outstanding pieces, I thought, in general, but I think they're trying to appeal to a broad range of audience, and I like that they're looking at younger people that are coming into the sewing world, and then also men's fashion. So let's get started. 3064 is a Mimi G pattern. I love her stuff. It's very cutting edge. I think she does a great job. This is a form-fitting tank dress with a racer back, long and short. It's super cute, and she has a sew along video with the dress. So if you're learning to sew, this is a great option, or if it's your first time with knits, something like this would be really good. Just make sure that you get the right stretch. You know, there are different kinds of knits, so you want to make sure that you get the knit that fits the back of the pattern and the stretch works for it. But yeah, all in all, super cute. Love this one. 3065 is a shirt dress. It's a cute shirt dress. It's got a lot of nice details. If you're looking to add a new shirt dress into your stash, then this might be the one. It's got full buttons down the front, comes in a couple of different lengths, has some sleeve options. I mean, I think you could take a shirt dress pattern you have and modify it to look like this. Do you need the patch pockets up at the top? I don't know. I wouldn't put them on. And then the utilitarian pockets are kind of interesting. It's a different part of the style, so that gives it some relevance. But outside of that, it's pretty much just a shirt dress. So yeah, if you need one, it's a good one. 3066, Mother of the Bride, maybe prom, maybe a little too old for prom. So Mother of the Bride for sure, or some kind of special occasion, a wedding, if you're gonna go to a very fancy wedding. I love that it has it shows you how to put the illusion veil in between the deep plunge V. I think that's great. And this fitted waist with the big skirt, that's very stylish right now. So I think that's great. The bow adds a nice detail. And you could, if you didn't like the really plunge neckline and with the illusion there, you could put a piece of fabric there. The technique is the same. You just put some of the fashion fabric there and it would be fine. But the illusion veil works nice if you can just get a plunge bra to wear with it. This is really pretty. I like this dress. I think it would be flattering on a lot of figures. The only thing is it doesn't have any sleeves, so if you are adverse to showing your arms, this might not be the right one for you. 3067, it's a vest. It's so cute. Super easy to do. Is it rated as easy? It's rated as average. It's adorable. Vests are like everywhere. People are wearing them over sleeveless tanks. They're wearing them over long sleeve shirts, short sleeve shirts. You can wear a vest over a dress, wearing it over everything. And this one has a full back, or it has a halter style. So there's some nice options here. With the princess seaming in the front, you have lots of fitting details. I think it's super cute. It would be adorable made out of denim, but you could make it out of a crepe. You could, pretty much any kind of woven would work really well. They show it mostly in denim or like a duck cloth or something like that with a little bit of body to it. But there's lots of great options, and there's color blocking options because you have those princess seams. Super cute, youthful, very cute, very cute. 3068 is a blouse tunic. It doesn't button all the way down, it has a placket in the front. I'm not sure if they've improved their placket technique, but it's never been one of my favorite because you have to cut into it and it leaves some raw edges in there. There are better ways to put in a placket. It has some really interesting details along the side. It's open with buttons. You can unbutton it to a certain length, or, I mean, I think that's really sharp looking and smart. But if you have a tunic pattern that you like the Kaylee shirt is one of my favorites, you could just add the button details on the side and you would end up with the same blouse. And they do a better job with the placket. They do a pop over placket, which is great. I will link their pattern down below. The Kaylee shirt is the best way to go if you're looking for a tunic. Plus it has more sleeve options. This has just a long sleeve option on it. I think it's kind of big and wide, and I understand that that's a look, but it's not my favorite. I don't think it's for me, but maybe it's for you. I don't know. 3069 barrel jeans, so trendy and so cute. So if you're looking for something that's right on trend and you only are going to make a couple of pieces this season, this might be a good option for you. They're not crazy top stitched jeans. They have a little bit of top stitching, but I think that they would probably be pretty easy to tackle. They have, you can make them without the pockets, of course, but the pockets in the front are angled with a little coin pocket, which I think is really cute, and then pockets in the back, and you can make them as shorts. So you have kind of these wide leg shorts, which are super comfortable to wear and look great on almost everyone. So this is a nice pattern if you're looking for something to spice up your wardrobe and add a trendy piece. This would be a good option. 3070, super cute skirt. It's made like a pair of denim jeans. It's fitted all the way down to the hip with the waistband, patch pockets, and then there's a bias cut skirt at the bottom, and it comes in a full length and a short length. I think it's really cute. It's youthful. It's fun. It's fashion forward. If you wanted to make it like right on trend, I would lengthen the skirt just a little bit so it covers everything, and then take the bias cut and make that out of a sheer. That would be just really, really cute and right on trend if you're going to a party or if you're at the clubs or places where people dress up very trendy. 3071 is another Mimi G. I can't say enough how much I love her stuff. It's accessible to people of a wide age range and body type, and yet it's super trendy. Now this is a boyfriend jacket, so there's a men's jacket and a women's jacket here. It's just a straight jacket. I just bought one from Amazon, boyfriend jacket, and I wear it with everything. And you're seeing them like the sleeves are big as a two-piece sleeve, and you push them up and put a little headband around it and hold your sleeves up and just kind of wear it over something that's form-fitted underneath, and it just looks timely and chic and right on trend. So this would be a really good addition to your jacket collection for the spring and probably going into the fall, because it's been carried over just from this winter. It just kind of started being everywhere, and so it'll be in the spring. You'll probably see it in the fall and next winter. So it would be a nice option to add in that you can carry over. And if you make it out of a fabric that doesn't wrinkle, you can carry it with you. Like it'll go into your suitcase, and you can just fluff it up, or give it a quick spritz and steam, and it's good to go, and you look great, and it'll cover. You can wear it over your shoulders, or you can wear it as a jacket. This would be high on my, if I hadn't just bought one, this would be high on my list to make. 3072 is a loose fitting, bench warmer, asymmetrical coat. It's got a nice high collar, asymmetrical buttons, inseam pockets, so the jacket is made and then the bottom part is attached to the jacket, so there's pockets in that seam. One piece sleeve, drop shoulder. It doesn't look like it's that difficult to make. If you're looking for a spring jacket and you need something that's kind of warm, this might be a good option. 3073 is a pantsuit. If you get dressed up for work and you need something professional, this is kind of a nice idea. It's just a wide leg trouser, so everybody needs a classic trouser in their pattern stash, and this is a really good one. It's got slash pockets, fly front, it's got all the bells and whistles for a classic trouser. The jacket is super interesting. It has a two-piece bell sleeve, princess seaming, notched collar, double-breasted, and so you have this princess seaming, and then it has a cut seam that goes around underneath the bust, and then again down around. There's a lot of pieces to this pattern, so this is going to take some work, and they show it all in a solid color. So you don't see a lot of the seaming detail, so you really need to look at the picture to pick up that seaming detail. So each of these pieces, these princess pieces, has two pieces. So you have to make sure that when you're sewing, so you have 4 pieces in the front, when you're sewing that curve, that all of those junctures line up absolutely perfectly. So that can be a little bit of a challenge. I would say this is not for a beginner sewer. Definitely an average sewer, someone that can read the pattern, and someone that's really good at putting seam junctures together. It's a great suit. I'm sure it's going to take a lot of work, and if you wear them every day, then you probably are looking for something that's a little different, and this would be a good option. 3074 is another suit. It's a Chanel inspired suit. I think it's super cute with the shorts. I would never wear a jacket with a pair of shorts, but I think somebody that's young and is working in a really cute office in the city, this would be adorable. You could also just make it with the trousers and it would be great. I mean, it has that classic kind of Chanel edging to it with the 4 pockets in the front and the 2-piece sleeve. And so it's very Chanel-esque. If you're looking for that kind of look, which is classic, this will carry you for a while. You may not be able to wear the shorts for more than a season or two, but certainly the jacket and the trousers will have some longevity in your wardrobe. 3075 is a men's shirt. And I like this shirt. It would be fairly easy to make. If you haven't made men's clothing before, this might be a good opportunity to start because it's easy to fit. It's boxy and it doesn't have a lot of fitting details, but it has all the basics that you want for a shirt. It has a notch collar, button tab, short sleeves. The one they show that they highlight has piping on it. There is one that has some seaming around, an extra piece of seaming around the edge. There's no yoke. So it's pretty straightforward and it's pretty simple. If you like the look of a Tommy Bahama shirt, but you don't want to pay for a Tommy Bahama shirt because you're just going to wear it on vacation maybe a couple of times, this is a good option. This will probably go up really quickly. You could get a wild tropical print, put it together, give it to your guy, and you'd be good to go. I think that this is a good option for men's clothing if you're gonna start making a foray into sewing for men, or if you are a man and you're sewing. All right, 3076 is the next level of men's clothing. It has men's trousers, which can be a challenge to fit. You need to take some time with those. I would certainly make a muslin practice garment and make sure they fit before I cut them out because they're challenging. Not impossible, but you just need to make sure they fit right. And the shirt is a popover placket. It's got a yoke in the back. It's got a little tab in the center back. Cuffs if you do the long sleeve. So it's a little bit more, detailed and a little bit more advanced. So if you started with the last one and then moved on to this one, if you're working on men's clothing, that would be the progression. Unless you're like gung-ho and you want to jump in, then I would say go ahead. This is a good looking pattern. And men's shirts and trousers, well-fitting men's trousers are hard to find. So if you buy a pair in the store, then you have to have them tailored. You might as well just start from scratch and make them. And once the pattern fits, then you can make them over and over again out of different fabrics. And, your cost savings increases as time goes by, the more time you use the pattern, right? So good option. 3096. Super cute, pretty frilly dress. You're looking for something for a spring wedding or a garden party, some kind of event like that. It's got the puffy sleeves, deep V. It's not a corset, but it's pretty fitted around the middle. And then the poofy ballerina skirt. So it has the little dip in the front. So very like medieval style. It's, very fitted and poofy. Cute. It's cute. It's a youthful style. Someone that likes wearing bodycon clothes would enjoy this. And if you carry your weight in your lower half and your upper half is hourglass, this would look amazing because you would have the hourglass and then you would have some room in the bottom if you needed it. So have I seen it before? Yeah, it's out there a lot. 3097 is the only pattern out of this collection that I actually purchased. And I love this kind of fitted dress that isn't tight and that flares out to the bottom. So for me, that balance where it's a little wide and then narrow and then wide works really well for my body type. I just have to shorten it because, everybody knows I'm super short. And this model is probably very tall. There's a lot of dress there, but there's also a lot of panels. So in the front, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 panels in the front, and I'm assuming there's 6 in the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 panels in the back. That's a lot of panels to sew together, right? So keep that in mind. Zips up the back. So you want to make sure that this fits right, but you have all of those seams to make all kinds of fitting adjustments. So if you don't mind doing all of the seams, which give the dress its flow and its style, then you're going to get a great fit out of this. The neckline isn't too low. It's a V-neck, which is very flattering. It isn't too low. I really like the dress. I like the little tiny cuff sleeve. and the shoulder's a little bit wider. So yeah, I'm gonna be making this one up. Like I said, 2 fabrics for it, one for Mood, one for Minerva, and both of them will look entirely different when they're made up in this dress. So I'm looking forward to getting this one done when I get back from my next trip. 3098. It's a lot. it's a lot. It's a lot, especially with the stripes. You would have to have a very special place to wear this. It's not super dressy. It's kind of casual and maiden-like. You know, it's so puffy. There's so much. There's just a lot going on with this. To add the stripes to it was a really interesting choice. And then they even have one in the drawing with a multicolored stripes, which is another interesting choice. So there's a lot of piecing, a lot of stripes. It would be cute, pattern blocked perhaps. It reminds me of my grandmother's square dancing dresses. She used to square dance back in the 50s and 60s, and this reminds me of the stuff that she used to make for square dancing. Yeah, that's exactly what it reminds me of. 3099 is so cute. Now there's a couple of patterns here in this collection that shows you how to make rosettes to attach to your dresses, and you have a lot of options with the rosettes because that adds so much interest to a single color, and you could add them pretty much anywhere. Don't go crazy, but you know, this one has 3. I think that might be a lot, but try to work in 3, you know, in odd numbers, 1 or 3 or 5 if they're small. There's a lot here going on, but the dress is so cute. It would be perfect for a beach wedding, some kind of summer wedding. You know, if you had a line of bridesmaids with this on, I think it would be really, really cute. This would actually work for prom, I think, for a kind of a low-keyed prom, but very youthful, super cute. And there is actually a tutorial on how to sew the rose attached to the pattern, so on the website. So that's good. You know, it just takes a little detail, a little hand sewing, and you can have this beautiful little flower. I like this. I like it a lot. I like that they're doing something different and something modern. 3100. The neckline, right? All that tulle she's got around her neckline. Sheer is in, sheer is stylish, sheer is fashionable. And slip dresses are certainly in. Slip skirts were really hot during the winter and fall, and now slip dresses are coming in, and I think that's great. This sheer overlay is, I would say, unfortunate. How's that? That collar, just, I can't see how that is going to be flattering on anyone. Plus the sheer would be like itchy, uncomfortable. I don't know. Let me know if you think this is gorgeous, because I think it's probably not going to be one of their top sellers, I would say. 3101 is a button-down blouse. It's got ruching in the back, so there's no fitting darts. The back yoke has ruching, which a lot of gathering in the back gives you some space, but if you don't need it, it tends to be a lot of fabric. And this one has a couple of roses attached to it, which I think are adorable. Again, there's a tutorial on how to make these roses. This is what I would do. I'd watch the tutorial and take a blouse pattern that you already have, that you love, and add those roses to that blouse pattern, because this blouse pattern has cuffs and it has a yoke, but it doesn't have any fitting details, so it's pretty loosely fitted. I think you might want something that's, why would you recreate the wheel? Let me put it that way. If you already have a blouse pattern that you like and you use it all the time and it's already fitted to your body, why would you get another one? Just add the roses to that and you'll have the same effect for a lot less money. 3102, princess themed shirt, a denim shirt or denim vest or sleeveless shirt with the kind of very fitted and then cut away at the bottom. That you see a lot of that in the stores. You're going to see a lot of that online. If you like that look, and I do, I think it's a very flattering look, because you have the V-neck and then it brings it in and then it opens up at the bottom. So I think it's pretty much flattering to every body type. And yeah, it's got a lot of princess theming. They're calling it a denim shirt. I think you could make it out of anything that has some heft to it, because you have all those seams. I mean, you don't want to use like a silk. It won't work with that. But you know, something that like a poplin or anything along that lines that has a little bit of heft to it. I think it would be super cute. Nice little blouse. You could make this blouse and add little rosettes to it, and that would be really cute. 3103 is a funnel neck blouse made out of a woven with a kind of a bias cut in the front because it gives it that like looseness with a little nice little collar. It's kind of a high neckline. It has princess darts coming up from the bottom. They don't go all the way to the shoulder. They only come up to the bust. And then drop shoulders, either sleeveless or a sleeve. This is interesting. This is new. This is really cute. It has a little back zipper that to get in and out of it. I think that if you're looking for something different, this would be a good option. It would be great on its own. It would be really cute under a suit jacket. Nice. I like this. This is a really nice little pattern. I considered this one. I wasn't in the market for a blouse, and I'm not really good about having anything too high on my neck, but I do like this blouse. I like this blouse a lot. Back to the flowers with 3104. This is a fringed edge flower, and they actually have a video on how to do this, which is super cute. And the skirt is a faux wrap skirt, and one of them has a fringed edge going down the front. Really cute. You can make it short, you can make it long. It has some style to it. It's a little different. It's something besides a plain old straight A-line skirt. It's got a little bit more to it. I don't think it's that difficult to put together. It's got a waistband and a couple of darts. So not like too difficult. So yeah, not too difficult. But I do like that big fringed flower right there on your hip. If you can handle more fabric in that area, then this would be a good choice. It's really cute. 3105, wide leg pants. Super easy, beginning sewer friendly, elastic waistband. There are shorts, culottes, clam diggers, you know, pedal pushers, whatever you want to call them. 3/4 length pants and then full length pants. So cute. Wide leg, super easy, not a lot of details. So if you're a beginner and you want to start making pants, this is a good place to start because you can make them. You don't spend a lot of time and effort, and then you can adjust the second pair, right? So you make a pair, you don't spend a lot of money on the fabric. It's something you love that you'll wear. You make them, and you're like, oh, this needs to be tweaked, and then you tweak it for the next pair. So this is the kind of pattern that will get you started on making clothes that actually fit you well. So I think that this is a really good option for a beginner sewer, yeah, or an experienced sewer that just wants a pair of like super casual, easy pull-on pants. Yeah. 3106 is the upgraded version of what we just saw. These are wide leg pants, shorts, 3/4 length pants, full length pants. This has a belt, waistband, belt loops, pockets, a tie, patch pockets all over the place. You know, bag pockets. Looks like there's bag pockets on it. Side patch pockets, hem bands. You know, to elevate your sewing, so you can start with the first one we just saw with the pull-ons. Get used to sewing pants and seeing how they fit and what adjustments you need to be made. Then make a pair of these and see how they go. You know, if you have some experience sewing and reading a pattern, then you can just start here, and these would be more fitted, a little bit more tailored, probably look a little bit more expensive than the other ones. 3107. I'm not sure about this one. I kind of like it, but I'm kind of torn with the whole one-piece cream look that she's got going on there. I don't know. I mean, it's a bomber style jacket with lots and lots of details. It's listed as an average pattern. That jacket has welt pockets, an elastic waistband, double-breasted, notch collar, a second piece on the back, sleeves. They look like one-piece sleeves. So there's a considerable amount of work involved in this jacket, so you really kind of have to like this style. And then the pants, they look like jodhpurs. You know, they're kind of like riding pants. They're really narrow at the bottom and wide to the hip. I'm not sure how flattering they would be on the majority of people. I think this is kind of, there's a narrow audience that would wear this. I don't know. I don't think it's all that flattering on her, and she's probably tall and thin and, you know, has a great shape. It hides her shape. The proportions look weird. Yeah, I think I would If you wanted the jacket, you could make the jacket. The jacket would be really cute. I just don't know about the pants. And the pants with the jacket is just a no bueno for me. 3108, super classic skirt, pants, sleeveless jacket option. Princess seams, well pockets on the jacket, very simple. Round collar, round neck, you know, sleeveless. Super simple, probably very easy to make. Good option to start with princess seaming. Princess seaming is great because you can fit it without, you know, having to worry about where the darts are and how, you know, you just fit the princess seams, and that works out really well. You do have to worry about length, but for circumference, you can't beat a princess seam because you can just take a little bit in all the way around, and then the balance is still there on the piece. The skirt has panels on it. It looks like it's a bias cut skirt with a waistband, and the pants are pretty straightforward. They have side pockets and a few darts and a waistband, side zip. I think that it's classic. It's a classic. It's probably a great staple to have in your wardrobe. Again, you know, if you're looking for a pants pattern or a little sleeveless jacket pattern, there's a lot of them out there. I'm working on a Vogue one that is very involved. Yeah, so it's a cute little pattern. It's a cute little pattern. It'd probably be really good for somebody that hasn't made a princess seam garment before. This would be a good place to start. 3110, another man's set. Great, very hip, urban shirt with the zipper up the front, long sleeves, short sleeves, those angled patch pockets on the front of the blouse. Really nice. And then the pants are easy because they have, for fitting wise, because they have an elastic waistband because the shirt's made to wear untucked. But shorts, the patch pockets, the zippers, I think this is a really good option for men's sewing. I like the kind of hip, urban vibe of this pattern, and if you're young and you like that feel, I think this would be a great pattern to start with. 3111, an updated version of a sweatsuit, unisex sweatsuit. I think it's great. You know, you want to wear matching sweatsuits? Oh, I don't know about that, but you certainly can make this zip front jacket. It would be very easy. Pull on shorts or long joggers. Yeah, I don't have anything bad to say about this. I think it's great. I think it's a great pattern. It's a great idea. Super easy if you want to get into making casual wear. This is a good one. That was a lot of patterns. Simplicity dropped a ton of patterns. I think we ended up with somewhere around 30 that we reviewed. I left out the crafty stuff, the kids, the vintage patterns, and this is just like what's new fashion going forward, and there's some interesting choices there. If you are a beginner sewer, I think you'll find one or two. If you're an advanced sewer, you might find one or two, depending on how much stuff you have in your closet. But if you're looking for some classic basics to keep into your wardrobe, you know, a classic pair of trousers, it's a really good idea. And there's some cute techniques like the bows, the flowers. And one of my favorite things about these patterns, the one pattern is that sheer inlay, showing you how to do that. Because there's so many dresses that have that plunge neckline now, that adding in that sheer inlay or, you know, modesty piece scares a lot of people, and I think that it's so easy to do, and it will elevate the outfit, and you'll feel comfortable in it. You won't feel like you're falling out. And I think that that's something to consider for all of your dresses that have a plunge neckline, instead of trying to stitch them up, because the plunge neckline is very flattering. It's just a matter of you know, feeling comfortable in them. So until next time, happy sewing. Bye.